So difficulty copying notes from the board is actually a pretty common problem. It's a very visually demanding task with many components that all have to work well together. So starting with the basics, you need to have clear vision. If you have significant myopia or hyperopia or astigmatism, you might just need a basic prescription for glasses or contacts. The next thing to consider is how efficiently you can shift your focus between near and far. So when you look at your paper or computer, you have to converge the eyes inward to point at the same spot. You also have to adjust the internal focusing muscle in the eye to make the print clear. And then when you look back at the board, you have to make your eyes go parallel and relax the focusing muscles to make it clear. So people that have difficulty with this will often say that just refocusing is slow. Usually you'll hear they'll be like reading, and then they'll look away at the board, and it takes a few seconds or very often even longer than that to readjust the focusing back out to see the board clearly. So if you have difficulty with this, it can not only slow you down, but can also give you headaches, particularly by the end of the school day, usually like forehead area or behind the eyes. So to test for this, we'd want to do a binocular vision evaluation. And there's a wide variety of tests we would run that involve lenses and prisms and 3D glasses to look at not only your ability to do it, but also your efficiency or stamina. And if you have issues in this area, we can do vision therapy to improve the skills. Sometimes we can also get away with just doing some glasses with prisms or, maybe bifocals or progressive lenses or something like that. Another area to consider is the visual information processing component. So if you're only able to handle small chunks of information at a time, it's going to make this a lot more difficult. Copying in small chunks is going to be a lot less efficient, but it's also going to require a lot more near-far focusing adjustments of your eyes on top of that. So ideally, you want to be able to take the information in longer chunks and be able to hold that in your memory long enough to be able to get it down on your paper. Another thing to consider is spatial localization. So, every time you look back at the board, you have to kind of keep track of where you're at. And, some people have difficulty with this and they'll get a little lost or disoriented and have to kind of reread through and figure out where they're at before. As far as testing for this goes, there's actually a specific test called the Bldg sentence copy test, which has norms for different age levels. Another valuable test is what's called the visograph or readalizer. And there's little sensors on the back of this that track how your eyes move during a reading task and can analyze things like how much time you spend when your eyes are still and taking information and how big of chunks of information you're taking during a fixation. So that can be pretty valuable. Anyway, hopefully that was helpful.